into the Arboretum with the express purpose of trying to find your way through here, not particularly in a rush to just really run into danger or anything akin to that, while you had experienced a issue with a demon of some kind. You had moved your way past that after absolutely obliterating it by pure happenstance with a couple things happening directly in your favor, like Gendry being able to not have to breathe and a few other things. But as these things had happened and you had come through on it, you had begun to venture your way around in the Arboretum to find a strange shrine of sorts that seemed to be completely exempt from the fleshy growths that were occurring throughout all of the rest of the Arboretum. And as you had looked upon this, you had noted that there was something very strange with an amount of light coming down onto this altar. And after investigating very thoroughly, you would come to find that there were hidden symbols on the altar itself. Moons, in fact, phases of the moon. And when you had decided, hey, we're going to actually rest here because it doesn't seem to be any kind of real danger in the area, and in fact, it seems to be completely safe and cut off from any of this festering growth, whatever it might be, you had closed up the doors and thankfully hadn't encountered anything else during the course of your rest. With this occurring, you had found, Gendry specifically, that as soon as nightfall had hit, the altar would no longer be empty and would in fact have a sword upon it. Now, looking at this, you would come to realize that this was a incredibly rare artifact or relic of sorts that was said to have been created from a very, very we'll say opposing god or goddess to this is how I know I'm in too many games. I'm mixing up a variety of deities that I've made. That's never never a good thing. Oh my god, I'm having a brain fart right now.
Cadwin?
Cadwin, thank you. It's the opposing factor to Cadwin. And you know that with the symbolism of the sun, instead Virith has the symbolism of the moon and the different phases, whereas the sun only has two real distinct changes throughout it. You know that the moon goes through many different cycles. And while they are opposing in ideology and belief, they do share a similarity in that one cannot exist without the other, in a sense. Life and death, so to speak. And with the symbolism for everything that's there, you had realized that this artifact that you knew about was something of an oddity. Very powerful during certain cycles of the moon, and literally a mundane item during the day. You don't know about the strength or durability of such an item, if it even possesses any kind of magical nature during the day, but you know that at night, depending on the phase of the moon, that this does in fact have some rather increased potential. I believe Timber had taken that weapon after Gendry had given it to him.
Yes.
And after you had gone about doing this, you had exited your way from the temple of this moon goddess and begun to continue traveling through the Arboretum. And in doing so, you had encountered a very strange figure who looked like this plant-like growth, this fleshy, festering growth was actually coming out of him. And he was in a complete panic talking about how something was chasing him, and he asked for your help, and when you couldn't give it to him, he had fled. And when you had fled behind him, trying to figure out what was going on, you would realize something was, in fact, chasing him. Something massive. And as you had gone, running through the back alleys with this figure, you had come to find that Gendry had effectively parted ways with all of you. and ducked into a opening in order to basically hide and see whatever this might be. And while the rest of you have continued running at this point, Gendry, you, in hiding yourself in this alcove, had seen this massive creature, this thing, working its way through the back alley of this market, continuing along and shadowing all of the openings to a point where you lie in darkness just for the briefest of moments as it makes its way away from you, not noticing that you're there. That's where we had left off. Does anyone else remember that differently?
Nope. I just
That sounds
remember
all right.
that I had a theory that it's actually just after the bitter flesh.
And you were testing that out by yourself.
Well, what kind of sucks though is like Gendry doesn't have blood. Like, what if it's after like a life form? So like I don't like that. Kyle, you may very well be right.
Yeah.
But I'm suspicious.
Well, the reasoning I thought that was because the bitter flesh had, I do recall.
Oh yeah, he had pustules on him or something.
Yes. He seemed infected by whatever is around us.
Miles, before we get into the cat and mouse game we're about to play. Approximately with all of us running, I know that Bolarin's on his wolf. Alpros is close to Bolarin, and then I'm kind of leading everybody behind the Acolyte of Bitter Flesh. How far ahead is he from me? Silence.
Calculating.
Recalculating.
It kicked him off already.
Nobody has to move her foot. I know.
He's not happy with you.
Did his hotel already kick him off the internet?
Yeah, it did. Immediately.
Oh, damn. Stupid internet. I'm gonna blame Lucy.
As I was getting to switch ready to switch everybody over, I was like, "The fuck is going on right now?" This is why I hate having hotel internet, because you never know what the fuck's gonna happen. Here we go. Now I'm back in. Oh my god. It didn't happen to switch everybody over, did it?
Nope.
Of course it didn't. Of course it didn't. That'd make everything too easy. Loading the Arboretum. Everybody go ahead and tell me when you're over.
Oh, there.
Yep.
Yep. Did you hear my question before you got knocked off?
No, I did not.
Roughly how far ahead is the Acolyte of Flesh in front of me?
Not far. I mean, you've been keeping up with him at this point.
Okay. And I know we're running, and the sound that there's definitely some rain going on. Can I roughly get a gist of how far behind this thing is from us? Or whatever it is?
Haven't seen it yet. Gendry has.
Okay, so it doesn't sound close.
No.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I would I would like us to run to a follow the guy, and then when we get to a point of like that situation of like, oh fuck, where do I go? I would like to look around and make sure everyone's here.
Okay. So we're gonna do a couple things here real quick. So number one, we're not gonna say this is passive, only because all of you are aware at this point something is chasing this guy, or you think something is chasing this guy. Everyone except Gendry, I need you to roll a perception check.
Wait, who's rolling? Just Gendry?
No, all of
Everybody
you.
except Gendry.
Oh,
Yep.
except Gendry. I feel like I'm not good
Ooh. All
Ooh,
right.
talk about
Nice.
fucking. That's a good
All
start.
right, all right. And Timber will roll lower and still beat it.
Hey, I got a dirty 20. It's
Oh.
fine.
at that.
Dirty
I did roll just a
20.
10.
That's
Wonderful.
disgusting. That is beyond disgusting. All right. So as Bolrin, you're chunking along in your armor, and you're just the
Hey,
constant
I'm on my
sound
wolf.
of the constant sound of plate and your wolf, breathing and panting as it's running along.
That's
You
fair.
you don't hear anything. You're just Timber, Elperos. You're just about ready to acknowledge that this all might be in his head. And then you hear what sounds like rubble or part of a building collapsing. And you see, as you look back, not Bolrin,
I
what
just
looks to
dropped
be
my
some
cluster.
sort of debris in the form of maybe dust quickly puff up into the air, emanating from where this was a little less than a block away, relatively from where you are. And you can see he's not even looking back. He's continuing to run. You can see the panicked look in his eye.
With seeing the dust settling for us to have to look back, would I notice it's just us three and this guy?
I would say yes.
Okay. Fuck. Where's Gendry?
He's not with us.
Why would he
No.
run?
When was the last? How long has it been since we realized? Like, how long has it been since we started running?
I don't think we looked back once, honestly.
Oh,
No, you guys were kind of just running.
oh, we stink.
To be fair, we were trying to figure out what was going on, and Timber's natural emotions took over.
That's true.
Get up and get the fuck out. Shit. We need to find Gendry. What the fuck's that back there? And he points to all the rubble or anything. Do we feel anything coming closer as we kind of sit here and chat for a few seconds?
You don't feel it, but you definitely recognize there's something there.
And for it to cause that much dust, we can surmise that it would be somewhat of a larger thing.
You're thinking so, yeah.
Okay.
Is it separate than the monster that was chasing us? Do we think, or?
But you think it probably is one and the same.
Oh crap! All right. Do we just keep following this guy, or do we just break off and go back around?
Oh,
This might give us clues. Do we just follow the monster? What if, because if it's following him, what if it's not following us?
Honestly, we don't know that yet. It could just be indiscriminately chasing anyone in the area, or it could just be following him because he's already infected.
Miles, how long do you think we've been running, time-wise, if you had to guess?
This is what we're about to get into.
Okay, because I have something very strange that might happen.
So, okay. So I'll say this is into about a minute into you running.
Fantastic. All right, and did the alkaloid of the bitter flesh stop? Well, we
No,
stopped.
he has not stopped.
Okay.
He looks behind him and then he keeps going. Every once in a while, he'll look back just to make sure that he's gaining distance.
I'm going to use tactical shot and shoot him in the shoulder.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay.
Amazing.
Are you trying to inflict as much damage as possible, or are you just like
No,
tagging?
that's what I'm just tagging him.
Okay.
Amazing.
Do you want me to roll for that?
So I will say yes.
Okay. I'll say if he was closer, I was just going to say, let me poke you with this, but he's too far away, and I'm not going to waste any time.
Oh, it didn't even. Okay, there it goes. That's actually a hit.
Sweet.
Okay. So you stop for the briefest of moments and fire your arrow. And all of you can see as there's this strange shimmer as he goes about speaking a whisper to the arrow, and you see as it effectively is unleashed and the magic echoes with it behind it. You can see this faint shimmer as it plugs itself directly into this acolyte's shoulder, and you hear him "Oh!" as he takes this arrow in the shoulder. Okay, I'm gonna say, is this non-lethal damage?
Yeah, that's the whole point. Is to I want to just tag him enough, because as long as I hit him, I know where he's at. He doesn't have to have the arrow in him.
It's
Okay.
like when you tag an animal.
Verbally it says if the arrow strikes a target, you know it to the target's exact location regardless of viewing.
Okay.
It only lasts a minute though.
Okay. What you do to him, you can see as it staggers him, and he looks behind, and you can see as he looks to you like you're clearly trying to kill him. He looks at you like you are effectively just as much the enemy, and you can see the fear in his eyes as he looks back and realizes you just took a shot at him. And he continues to run, and he a little bit faster now as he ducks off and he tries to evade any kind of further shots at this point. He immediately tucks into the closest turn he can in order to break line of sight with all of you. However, that doesn't stop you from seeing him. And what you see now at this point, Timber, is you're viewing him running, and you're basically looking behind him as he's running. And you can see him continuing to gain distance from you in this. Are you going to continue to chase him, or are you doing something else?
No, I shot him specifically to turn around and go find Gendry.
Okay, are you going back the way you came?
That would make the only sense in which Gendry would have gone.
Okay.
Should we go back? Should we go around a different way though?
Well, before we do anything, you're a little loud.
Me, I look at my wolf.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace.
Graywin, you're supposed to be quieter.
Everyone gets a plus 10 to their stealth checks.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So you get
Yay.
disadvantage with a plus 10. That's pretty good. So the lowest you can get's 10.
All right, let's go. We need to find Gendry. Just can't be split up in a place like this. Can we stealthily move towards this creature that was coming at us now?
So are you guys gonna just try and tuck into an alleyway? Or are you gonna head back the same way you were coming from and then find somewhere to hide?
Yes. Yeah, the most
Okay.
opportune area for us to hide. I mean, ideally, if we can get into a place in the picture where it has these alcoves in it, that would be fantastic. But if we have to submise or if we have to just jump into an alley, I mean, we'll do everything we can to blend in.
Okay. All right.
Stealth, you need
So,
stealth rolls or anything?
yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna need it from everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and give me all three. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Don't you know?
Because I'm a
Bunch of
blowout.
hosers.
I have to roll for me and the wolf, right?
You do.
Well, shit.
Both get plus 10.
I
Right.
also have disadvantage.
And you
we-
gain plus 10. That's a 16 on Elpros.
Not that bad.
Wow. Wow. There's a lot of shit rolls.
18.
I'm very glad I put pass that a
Hold
trace
on,
on
let
us.
me
I cannot
roll for
believe
the wolf.
the lowest fucking roll here is a goddamn 16.
That's it is. Oh wait, hold on. I still have to roll my wolf. Hold on.
Yeah.
Don't fail us now, Stormwind.
It's the big beefy
I'm just
boy.
gonna roll a dex because it doesn't have the abilities.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Same as Timber.
Wow. Okay.
What's crazy, guys? I rolled a 3.
Good
That's
God.
insane.
Yep. It's disgusting. So the three of you, as you're doubling back, you feel a shudder as another building collapses nearby. And you realize whatever it is close. You immediately duck in to one of the many, many alcoves that has these very strange mounds of growth coming out of them. And like I had described to you before, you had seen hands, heads, and a number of other fleshy appendages sticking out of these, as if these growths had overtaken the Undying here, which was why it was so devoid of them to begin with. You duck in, and you can hear Grey Wind panting. And all of you stop. Bolrin, you take one look at Grey Wind, and you see as his tongue just lolls out of his mouth, and he stops breathing.
Huh?
As the four of you are standing there listening as you ducked into this alcove. At various points, you're looking out, standing, Timber, you specifically are standing behind one of the partitions in between these holes in the wall. And as you look to the left, you can see what this is. At first, there's a confusion as to what exactly this could be. It looks as if roots are coming around the corner, and you press closer to the wall, knowing that something is coming. As it moves around the corner, you can barely see it as you're trying to remain hidden, completely out of view. But you see it. What looks like part of a tree mixed with this abominable growths of flesh comes slithering around the corner, grabbing on to anything it can hold on to propel itself forward. As you're looking at this, you can see this is far more nefarious than you had first imagined. Perhaps this is just a plant growth of some kind that's gained some sort of sentience, but no. What you see is hands reaching out from underneath the roots in some sort of desperate attempt, perhaps to escape, or maybe the undying. Because what you see underneath is an amalgamation of all of these beings trapped inside the roots. And above, you can see what appears to be the actual trunk of a tree, blistering with these disgusting tumorous growths and leading up to a leafless branch above that seems to contort itself with the movements of the roots themselves. Looking higher, you can see a face melded into the bark of this, if you could even call it that looks out wide-eyed, a woman, if you can call it that. And you can see the face contorted and morphed to such an extent you have a hard time believing there's someone actually there. Maybe it's an illusion. You don't know. But with the speed at which it moves, it goes past all of you. And as you hold your breath, it leaves. And surprisingly, as you're standing there or hiding, tucked away behind different pieces of furniture or the wall itself, you watch as a number of the growths, these mounds of flesh around you, are taken directly by the roots and ingested inside of this cage of bodies. When you turn, as this thing leaves, you realize that this back alley is far less numerous with whatever these were. That's what you see.
Damn. Did the creature look like the trees we saw in the distance?
The trees you had seen in the distance had these fleshy growths all over them. They didn't seem to have any kind of ability to move or do anything. They did have eyes on them. You had seen something similar with this, except this was an utter horror, whatever it might be. And you consider yourselves lucky to an extent not to have drawn its attention, because looking at whatever this is, you've never heard of or seen anything like it.
Timber is going to very slowly keep working his way back.
Okay, Timber,
Is
you
Grey
take a
One
deep
okay?
breath,
Or Grey One?
and Grey One stopped panting altogether.
Oh.
He basically stopped breathing for like a solid minute till
Oh.
this thing passed.
Okay. So okay, but we're just gonna grab, like, put his two hands on his head and just be like, "Good boy, way to be."
You
stealthy."
see as he does this really slow, awkward kind of look outside the alcove to the left and the right to make sure there's nothing else coming, and then you see as he takes off like a bat out of hell.
No, come back. Wait for me.
As for Elbros, Timber, Boren, the three of you, you see as Timber's kind of leading the pack here, so to speak, and going back towards Gendry. Surprisingly, Gendry, what are you doing during this?
When I feel that it's far enough away, or like watch it like disappear from my vision, I would probably have started to creep on forward.
Okay. Timber, as you round a corner, you can't believe what you're seeing. Gendry is just walking down the path towards you.
All right. Timber's gonna walk up to him. kind of give him that distant like shrug of like, the fuck, dude.
Simultaneously, while all of this is happening and you see this run
You hear
off,
screams.
you see the remnants of your spell with this strange acolyte. And you can see as he's continuing to run, and you can see he's absolutely exhausted. And he's just stops for a brief moment and looks back, and you see as he shakes his head, like, I can't believe that just happened. And, just he continues to try and limp along. And he doesn't seem to be gaining any kind of ground. Whatever this thing is that's chasing him, it's going after him.
I'm gonna try and try my best to memorize the routes he's taking. So if he does no escape, we can kind of go in a general idea. Whether that's like taking my knife out and jarring it on the ground or whatever it may be.
Okay.
He's drawing a map.
Just give me 30 seconds.
It's getting wet in the rain.
I got my rain bucket, damn it.
I have my bucket. I'm putting it above the parchment I'm working on.
I'm working.
Your charcoal stick gets wet. Oh, shit.
Damn it. I'll try to go somewhere where it's not wet.
You just talk into an alcove. No, it's no problem.
Sweet. All right.
Right.
All right. Yeah, I'll spend the rest of the spell tracking where he goes to the best of my abilities.
Okay. That said,
We found Genji, right?
you did. You ran right into him.
Okay. Where did you go?
Daisy. I'm gonna point at my non-brain brain. Better to be smarter than I would rather chase than get chased.
That makes sense.
I don't know if I've ever seen Gendry run.
Well, we ran from the zombie, the undying in the desert.
That is true.
Oh, maybe we have seen Gendry run. I just feel like he just constantly is in just like a walking motion.
Most of
He's
the
like
time.
those people who
Mhm.
look like they're gliding.
Did you happen to see what it was?
Yeah. Big fucking creepy ass tree monster thing. Did you get a look at it?
For the most part.
What the hell even is that thing?
Guess is as good as mine. Looks like would we know it like where it was called Trent's?
Go ahead and give me an Aldrich. Say this is a knowledge nature check.
Nature.
Yeah.
Ooh, I am.
Oh my god. Fucking,
Holy shit.
Well, he knows
talk about
everything.
fucking nailing it. By the way, I'm pretty sure that's that's definitely a fucking achievement.
You know what? That makes perfect sense on why you stealthed in the first place. Because you fucking know exactly what this thing is.
Yeah. It's all making sense now.
Fits the narrative.
It's all coming together.
Okay. Jesus. You definitely have heard of ants before, and your understanding of them is that they're living trees with an innate, sense of supernatural magic about them. It doesn't seem to be, any kind of anything learned. It's just an innate magic that they're capable of doing. And they're really protectors of the natural world in general. What you were just looking at, as described by Gendry, or I'm sorry, as described by Timber and everyone else, as they, try and fill in the details of what's they're talking about here. You have a hard time believing this is, an ant of any kind. It might be something mutated and malformed from whatever this blight might be, but you can't definitively say. And the fact that there were so many bodies on the underside of the roots and the strange face along the top, you have a very difficult time, believing that this is an ant at all.
Mm-hmm.
It might have once been an ant, but you don't know what it is now.
Is it
Definitely so.
possible it's been awakened by
Or mutated.
the mutated the same way the acolytes of the bitter flesh have?
With anything with this damn city, it's very much so just another reason this place needs to be eradicated.
Unless we could save it.
With eradication, I agree.
There it is.
It's like Timber already started a good fire.
Just
Okay,
burn
guys.
down all the stuff close to the Baron. It's all good.
Well, he's gonna know that we were there, and to be very scared.
But
I don't know.
seeing as an Entis here, it is known as the gardens in this area. There might be more or other creatures of this nature roaming around.
Oh, that's lovely. Not only do we have to worry about the undying, now we have to worry about mutated creatures like that.
Miles, with the time that I've had viewing on the
Seems stuck to
creature
the
I
bottom.
struck,
Yeah.
was he, I guess before the spell ends, because it only lasts a minute, was he still moving? Like nothing caught up to him yet?
Oh, no, nothing had caught up to him yet. He's still
Okay.
pounding along.
Okay, cool. I'm going to show the group the little map thing I put together.
How good is it?
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Why
I
didn't
think
you
it's a
roll for a
masterpiece.
cartography check? I drew a straight line and a right angle.
This box here, that's Gendry. This circle over here, that's Stormwind. This smudge, that's just a smudge.
What's that? What
That was
spot?
me. I gotta have my thumb on the page. Yeah, no, but like for everything you saw, you could easily just retrace it. You don't even think you're gonna
Sweet.
need the map at all. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Oh snap. Well, shit.
You double back around, and in doing so, you follow the same exact path that you had seen this acolyte run down. And knowing, this figure's in pain and in fear, that they, the adrenaline probably completely gone out of them at this point. You'd seen the exhaustion on his face. You're noticing a trend. The growths, anything within reach of the roots, and this thing seems to have been gripped by it and pulled into it. And whatever reason it has to be chasing this acolyte, you're not sure, but it can't be good. You are fully, retraced directly back to him. The survival check that I'm asking for here is for one of two things, and you can make your choice at this point. you're noticing that, this is going to be much easier to follow in a sense than you thought. Only because it's obvious where it's been, because it seems to remove what's been there.
Oh.
And that said, you realize you think you could actually follow this thing to wherever it's chasing him to.
Okay.
Or you can go a different way. It's up to you.
In the wise words of Gendry, I would rather be the chaser than the chasee.
True.
I'll let the group know. We're gonna just keep following this thing. I'd rather it be ahead of us than behind us. And if this thing is following that alkalite, then hopefully he'll lead us somewhat to an exit.
Yeah. And if it catches him, I think we'll find out.
The pass without a trace is still good for an hour, FYI.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I'll let you just manage that, Miles.
Okay. So everybody gets a passive here. That's going to be pretty damn good. Boren, you get a -5 to whatever your stuff is going to be instantaneously because it's with disadvantage on a passive. So if you have a 10 naturally, it's actually a 5, but then add in the 10 and it's a 15. So your passive would be 15 if that's the case. So what's your dexterity normally?
I have a +1 to dex.
Okay, so that's an 11 minus 5, so that's 6. So you have a 16 passive stealth naturally.
Yay.
Timber, I don't know what yours would be. It's probably outrageously high. Gray Winds would probably be
The
pretty
same as mine.
outrageously high. Yeah, well,
He's got a
actually,
+1.
okay, yeah, except he doesn't get the disadvantage. So,
That's true.
yeah. And then Gendry, yeah. So basically, I think the lowest number that's on the list right now is a 16, and everybody else is way higher, right?
Yeah, because I have a
Yeah,
plus
definitely.
30
That's not about right.
index.
Okay.
Kyle, did you dump a stat at all?
Oh yeah, my strength is nothing.
Oh, okay. That's what it was. Because I'm like, every time you say something, it's like, you have, I've got Constitution. Oh, I've got Dex. Oh, I've got like, you seems like you got fucking everything.
Well, I'm beefed
I have
up
at
in
least
3.
good stats.
Yeah. 1 I'm
Gotcha.
even, and then 2 are minus.
Yep. I'm basically in the same boat.
Yeah, I'm very nuts. I'm not sociable. I should definitely not be talking to people.
I'm not smart and I'm not wise, so.
To be
I have
fair,
I'm negative charisma, so.
hey, me too. We're both ugly friends.
We're Uggos for life.
Pretty charismatic, I won't lie.
I prefer fuggles.
Buglos. Wow. Let's see. Okay. All right. So, Timber, you're going to continue chasing after this thing. And, well, you're noticing it's not very difficult. Because all the areas it seems to be passing through are basically dwindled down severely from what was there. It's like it's just eating anything it comes across or pulling into it anything it comes across. And noting that, you're able to quickly decipher as you're running along that there's certain places it definitely hasn't been, just based off of what you're seeing. So doubling back around quickly and continuing to chase after this, you come to a point where it dawns on you, this is the end of the road.
Oh no.
You're not entirely sure what you're looking at here, especially considering at first it's what appears to be a intersection, except looking at the intersection you realize there's nothing really left here in terms of those fleshy growths along the ground. There's not much to go on here, and it could have come this way, and just snatched everything within reach, whatever it might be. But frankly, you don't really believe that. There's just something odd. There's something fishy about all of this. And the buildings surrounding you are fairly large. And you can see that there are a number of larger openings going under the buildings in the form of streets that are built into the buildings. And while this is fairly unique and you don't really see this a whole lot in especially a lot of the cities you've been to, they just seem to naturally make this part of the architecture here, like you're going into a subway almost.
Hmm.
And you can
Ugh.
see that it goes, directly in front of you. You don't really see which way to move forward. And after a brief look around, you go into several of these openings looking, and you see that there are still some of these disgusting growths in those areas. But the biggest of these openings, as you move towards it, you realize is completely and totally devoid going into darkness.
Oh.
What are you doing?
This has carrion vibes all over it. Oh, fuck.
We all have dark vision, right?
Some of you have it, yeah.
I don't think Gendry does.
We do not.
I don't have any torches, so...
I can cast a light spell.
Oh, that's right.
Look at you. So resourceful.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have the option to, go a different route or follow the tree thing in here. If the alkalite was running to an exit or a way to get out of this place, I guess these tunnels might make sense. But I prefer not to be stuck in a small place. Well, I shouldn't say small, it's a pretty place. I'd prefer not to be stuck underground with that thing.
Same.
Gendry, you seem to know a little bit about this. What's your thoughts on it? And don't say eradicate it. I already know that.
So it's just tunnels in front of us, correct?
Yes.
Like the big subway, almost like
Big
big
subway tunnels. Yeah.
How many?
I think it's just one. Well, if I remember, one that is devoid of any of the growth.
That is correct.
Oh, I like that.
It's not devoid of the growth, it's devoid of those mounds.
Oh, gotcha.
And it seems like the mounds are devoided wherever the creature is.
Yes.
Mm.
So it definitely went this way.
Well, it could have. I can't really tell. It could just be an area where these things don't mound up.
And I mean, if that's true, maybe it would be worth investigating. Because why would this one crave be devoided? If everything else has it, why would this one spot not have it? It honestly could be worth taking a look.
Well, can Timber sense on about how much longer he has without a trace?
I have concentration, so that's up to Miles. I really don't know.
This is for an hour.
Yeah. I mean,
Only
relatively
been a
speaking,
few
you guys
minutes
have
so
not been
far.
traveling for an hour.
Yeah.
So-
Okay, cool.
So I would say, well, as we have the advantage at the moment, we can at least stumble in and figure out if we can get around and get out of this garden.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it'll take us the right way.
All right.
Yeah.
Elpros.
No, nothing.
Not even sure.
Can you
we just-
can Bolrin cast the light spell on anything, or does it have to be something of your own?
It has to be an object, and it can't
can
be
be
a
any
worn.
object.
It can be an object, but I don't believe it can be a worn object on like an enemy.
Oh, it says so. It isn't being worn or carried by someone else.
Yeah, and so you can cast it, and then they can pick it up, and then
Mhm.
they have it. Like you get what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
that rule only applies on the initial casting. It doesn't apply once they pick it up and they start doing shit with it.
Yeah,
So
so like
it's just the initial casting.
if Gendry has like a staff, I could hold the staff, cast it, and give it back to him.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
Because I
Okay.
think he's the only one that would need it.
It's beneficial for everybody, honestly.
I mean, true, but we don't want to stand out too much.
You see Timber flow into the shadows.
We all can't be as sneaky as you now.
Hop out behind you. Boo!
Ah. But
Super
yeah, if
flinching.
Gendry has anything, or it doesn't have to be Gendry. So what I'll do is, do I have anything goofy I can use it on?
You just light
That's
it
a
on my
question.
staff.
Yeah, here, let me see your staff real quick, Gendry.
You know what? We can do a practical thing and use a staff, but what's goofy, guys? A water bucket.
A water bucket.
A shining water bucket.
I'll put it
you
over
have
his
to
head.
now.
I like the water bucket idea.
No, please don't. It's attached to me.
Not great.
I'll do it on Gendry's staff.
Okay.
Stay close.
Well, we know where Gendry is.
Does it shed normal light 20 feet and then dim light 30 feet, or?
I just put it up.
Is it okay? There it is. 2020. So it goes out 40 feet, 20 feet. The last 20 feet is literally dim light.
Okay.
Yay!
Cool. I would like to be 20 feet away from Gendry.
I would like to
That's fair.
distance myself as much as humanly possible.
Very fair.
I mean, Timber would probably
This
lead us in
motherfucker is
anyways.
going to get us killed.
Well, what I'm kind of concerned about, like, if this thing is, like, it seems just super sentient to everything around it. And like, I guess not sentient, but, like, aware of its surroundings. Doesn't have to look, it just knows. All right, well, let's buckle up, Buttercup. We're going in.
All right.
Bless you.
Thank you.
But for real, Gendry, like, stay away from me.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to read over something right now, and it's dawning on me that this is. You guys ever you look back at something you made and you're like, did I do the right thing?
Oh, yes, I do that with my work all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did I do this right?
Did
I
I?
don't know.
So that said,
That makes me wonder. Maybe we should turn around.
I don't know if I want to go anymore. Now I feel like this is more like Last of Us 2 vibes with the ambulance shit.
So you, Bolrin, you grip onto Gendry's staff, and in a night of passion, the two of you make. No, I'm joking. so
Gold.
you grab his staff and you cast the light spell on it, and in a moment of whispers, the staff ignites with this radiance, and passing it back to Gendry, you realize he's at least equipped to venture into this darkness.
Literally drank my water when you said that.
That's perfect. Oh my god. Perfect.
Oh shit.
As you go into the tunnel, darkness enshrouds everything, and you can see as numerous growths dangle from the ceiling like vines. However, everything along the floor seems to have been removed or ripped away. You can see where tendrils and remnants exist there that were ripped up as you continue to walk through, the light showing the way. And while the remainder of you can see with your dark vision forward, you can see these differing hues of grays that, are there. The light itself isn't really having a huge impact on your vision as you're seeing things. But Gendry, for everything that you're viewing, all around you are these disgusting red tendrils. This evidence, effectively, of the blight existing where it clearly shouldn't. Whatever this is, whatever it might be, it's dangling and dragging along all of you as you try to make your way through this, like a drape of flesh. And as you continue down this tunnel, all of you are feeling, the occasional straggler, effectively, of these vines dragging along you or touching you or going across your forearm or your shoulders. And this is where I need to see everybody's passive perceptions.
I'm at 8.
I am a.
How do I?
It's that little gray number right next. Like if you look at perception, it says +2, and then right next to that, there's a little number.
Oh, 15.
That's all your passive.
By the way, so Lucy, did you get a new mic?
No, I just haven't been using my headphones.
Oh, I was gonna say, you sound like crystal clear right now. I was like, that's not normal. And it just dawned on me that you sound crystal clear.
I finally charged my headphones because I had not charged them either.
Gotcha. All right. So
We're so proud of you.
I'm only a 12.
I'm kind of responsible.
I have a passive of 11.
okay.
Timber has a passive of 20.
Jesus.
What the?
Okay, so Elperos and Timber, the two of you, you're watching Gendry move forward with this, and no one's really noticing it, but the two of you see as one of these tendrils, it goes a little bit too low, almost like it's reaching down to touch him. And you can see as he goes past it, and it doesn't so much retract as it just gives up. And the second you see this, you realize there's something else going on here. Both of you kind of look at each other and realize whatever the hell this is, there's something else going on.
And now we can see gray hues with dark vision.
That's correct.
How far are we able to see, or is Timber able to see down this tunnel? I know it's...
You can actually see
black.
light at the end of it.
Okay. So...
Boy.
We should move a tad bit quicker. And you see Timber start kind of... and uses Produce Flame.
Okay.
Orin jumps on. Grey Wind.
Okay. You realize you're just elevating yourself closer to these tendrils. And
Oh, never
stuff.
mind. Yeah, I would have figured that one out.
Okay.
Yeah, no, never mind. Second thought.
Unfortunately, Grey Wind is very large, and they're just draping themselves on him.
Bend down a little bit, bud.
You see as he gets down and he's just trying to like shimmy along.
Sorry. Once Timber gets the flame kind of snapped in his hand, he'll go ahead and throw it up above or a little bit behind Gendry.
Okay.
And if I think what's going to happen happens, Timber is going to make things happen.
Okay. So describe to me one more time what you're doing. I want to hear you describe it.
So you said that the thing draped down to try and get Gendry, but it kind of gave up. As it,
Yes.
let it pass. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and use Produce Flame and throw the flame up about, I'd say, 5 feet behind Gendry's head, if I can reach it that way. I don't know if well, you just said Stormwind's pretty tall, so I don't know if I'll actually be able to get over there.
Okay.
You let me know if that's possible.
So as you go about doing this, Timber, you and Elpros notice not so much what's happening in front of you, but what's happening behind you. And as you light this and you throw it up, you see the shadows being cast from it are this tangle of fleshy vines. But you see that the light somehow is different. And the reason it's different is because it's reflecting off something from behind you, glistening. And as the two of you look around, turning, you see a wall of flesh and tendrils moving towards you. Everyone roll for initiative.
Oh no.
Fuck. So, to be clear, that's moving towards us from where we came from?
Yes.
Oh, fuck!
Okay. You can roll a actually I'm gonna place your guys' tokens on here.
This
Oh, he's
seems
tiny.
like a deadly trap. Oh, big roll, Gendry.
I was gonna say you kill it with the initiatives.
I gotta double check the initiative for my
Well, it's a +1 dex, right?
animal. I don't know if I can't remember if it shares the initiative with me or not.
Oh, touche.
So in my rules, you typically do. I would just have you roll and
Yeah.
then you share the initiative.
It
That's how
does.
I do familiars as well. So
That's what they put in the Find Familiar Steed. Or
I
Find
gotcha.
Steed. They added that. It says
Makes
shares
combat
your
rolls a
initiative
lot
count
easier.
and it functions as a controlled mount while you ride it.
Nice.
Alright, so then I will roll initiative. Which my initiative is bad. Well, that's not terrible.
Okay. I guess here's my question for the two of you, because considering you're sharing initiative. Is there a preference for who goes first?
I mean, Timber definitely has he outspeeds me, so.
Okay.
I'm technically in front of him, which is behind him in creature order, so I would make sense. It would make sense that I would be. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I don't know what I'm
Okay.
trying to do, guys.
Timber and
freaking out,
Elpros.
man.
Timber and Elpros, you see what's coming your way. And both of you freeze for a moment in sheer horror as you see this abomination worming its way through the tunnel towards you. What are the two of you doing?
The same thing, is it?
Specifically, what are Timber and Elperos doing? They have the surprise round here. The two of you are not part of it.
Oh, fuck yeah. America.
Who has the surprise round?
well, that is me
Specifically,
then,
Timber and Elperos.
Fuck you guys.
Tim Cage.
Yes. I see.
Whoever can run the fastest.
Yeah. And it's encompassing the entire tunnel, right? Like it's not like
Yes.
it's okay. Yeah, solid. Yep. Bolin, Gundry, get fucking moving. And he's gonna take off.
Okay. Timber. As you begin running forward, you notice a change in the environment around you. Those tendrils that were just passively limp and loose and hanging before, all of a sudden now, you can feel a firm grip as you start to run through them.
Oh fuck.
I need you to roll for an opposing athletics or acrobatics check.
Man, I'm glad I have 4 inspiration.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna use inspiration on that.
Okay.
I'm gonna mark that down to 3.
Oh, everybody, I hope you marked your inspiration up for the beginning of the session.
I did.
We
I have
did.
20.
Okay, excellent.
I'm glad we got rid of
Oh, you got to use some before the start of next session.
I need to use 1.
One.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a hell of a lot better.
That.
Timber, Elpros, you watch Timber. Volrin and Gendry have turned around and are just dumbstruck by whatever the hell's happening behind them because they've just watched you and Timber just start running forward as Timber screams this out. Timber, you run face first into these tendrils that are hanging down, and you feel as they almost stick to you, dragging along your fur. And you realize something's changed. You taking your hands, rip it off of you, and roll down onto the ground, and you quickly begin scrambling on all fours, doing, as quick as you can, trying to avoid as much of this above as you can. And you literally can see as they're hanging lower and they're dropping more and more to where it almost looks like curtains at this point with how much they're draped. And you're doing everything in your power to keep moving forward during this. The light at the end of this tunnel, you're not entirely sure how far away it is, but it's blindingly bright. Okay, you're fine. Nothing happens to you, Timber.
Awesome.
Elperos, you're watching Timber scramble forward before he gets just draped with these vines, these growths. What are you doing?
are they preventing him from moving forward, or are you able to kind of run through them?
He's running through them right now.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So I'll take my action, to run as well, and I'll yell run, and I can't find out what my normal movement is, but then I could take a bonus action to dash.
Okay.
that's
Right underneath
spoke.
your armor class, Luz. Look where your image is.
Yeah.
Go down. Look down with your eyes. Then look underneath your armor class. It's literally the number right underneath that 16, or
Yeah,
whatever your
well-
armor class is.
Sorry.
Yeah, I would say I would have used my action to dash.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. So I'll make it. Yeah. 60 or 30. Wait. No, I can't dash. 30 feet.
Why can't you dash?
Okay.
Can't I? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, you
60.
can dash. 30 and 30. Yep, you get 60 feet. Okay,
Cool.
so I need you to roll an opposing acrobatics or athletics check, whatever's higher.
Probably acrobat. No, athletics
Athletics.
because she's got a fucking gauntlets.
Yeah.
Oh no, another one. Oh, it's 11. I thought that was.
Elpros. This is what happens.
Oh.
Oh, I don't like
Elpros,
that.
no.
Please.
You begin moving forward, and immediately you feel as this tangle of roots or whatever they might be grab hold of you. And you use your gauntlets and literally rip them down in this disgusting tearing noise, like trying to rip a piece of meat in half. And you literally pull them down from the ceiling and continue to run along. You're fine.
Damn.
Okay.
Had us in the
Wow.
first half. I won't lie.
You're just
oh.
behind Timber as he's rushing down this tunnel trying to get further along.
I do have 40 feet of movement now.
Oh my god, so you're 20 feet ahead of Elbros. Okay.
It was
Jesus.
cool because that happened at level 6. I also have 40 feet of swimming and climbing as well.
Hey
Jesus
Miles,
Christ.
we need to talk. I can run away faster now. No, that's good. That's good.
And
All
all
right.
forms except for flight.
So, Gendry and Bolrin, both of you watch as Timber and Elbros just take off running, and you hear Timber just screaming back, and it really doesn't process with the two of you initially until you turn around. And what you're looking at is a true abomination. This giant wall of flesh is making its way down the tunnel towards the two of you. Gendry, what are you doing?
I guess I'll run and give the tree a big hug. Duh.
Okay.
No. What I'm going to do. What's my speed? 30. I will go forward. Wait. Since we're just running.
Gendry's eventually gonna be like, I teleport and I'm just fucking gone.
Well, I mean, since we're just running, I'm going to book it and cast this on myself.
Selfish player. Wow.
Yep. There it is.
Hulu has the lowest strength score, so it makes sense.
I just think ridiculous.
Wow. So
But
you
yeah, Kyle,
can
you're a
literally book it 90 feet.
Yep.
Holy
That's pretty
shit, you're gonna
goddamn good.
Gendry's just gonna show up next to Timber.
Is that a
Like,
reaction now for Expeditious Retreat?
It's a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
Let me double check, but I'm
pretty
pretty
solid.
sure it's just a bonus action because that should be the new version I put in there.
It's still pretty
Um,
solid.
No, it's still, yeah.
Yeah, I mean next round for
Yep,
the next
bonus
fucking
action.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Yep. You take the dash action, and until the spell ends, you can take that action again as a bonus action.
God, that's amazing.
Yep. I'm out this
That's
bitch.
insane.
I kind of want that.
Peace.
Kind of want that.
It's pretty goddamn good.
So that's what I do for my turn is all movement. Obviously,
Okay.
Bolren, you just see me take off. Like jets almost come out of my legs, like off of my hero epic female.
The Doppler is real. No. See you later.
But you
No,
do see like a
uh,
glow almost in my
First.
legs, and like a clocks appear in the back of them, kind of like start fast forwarding some, and like I speed up.
So Gendry, I need an opposing athletics or acrobatics check.
I will go. Obviously, I will go acrobatics because athletics would be a -2.
Oof.
Makes sense.
Oh wow,
Oh
it
my
was a
God.
19, and then it moved to. All right, well, you know I'm going to use the inspiration, I guess. Fucking.
It's not like you don't have more of them.
No, he doesn't have any, right?
I need 20 at all times, Miles.
Hmm.
He's got a point.
All right, 21.
Oren, you see Gendry for the first time really kind of stutter step. Like he's trying to figure out what to do here. And for the briefest of moments, you realize he's not stutter stepping. His leg is going back and forth almost ridiculously fast to a point where it's deceiving. And all of a sudden, his leg just takes off. And you see, as whatever magic Gendry is capable of doing, this manipulation of time you've seen so many times, he's fast forwarding. And you see as he just veers into all of these tangles of vines, and it's like they're too slow in their reactions to catch him. And he just speeds past all of them. Boren, you're up.
All right. So, Bowler feels kind of not great, but he's got to prioritize him and the team. So he's gonna slap Greywind on the ass and just say, "Hustle your ass out of here." And then he's also going to start hustling.
Okay.
But oh God, what's his? I forgot Greywind's. Oh, Lucy, you want to see what he's freaking out about? Turn the light on. It'll be fine. Oh, he's got
Daisy.
60 walking
Hey.
speed. Oh, what the hell?
Spooky.
Daisy,
What?
stop.
So Greywind's gonna try to book it 60 feet. Or no, 60, 120, because dash would be
Daisy,
120 feet. Bullrin's going to also try to dash, so he's gonna try to go 60 feet.
Okay.
And then I might use something here at the end, depending on what happens.
Okay.
You're not riding the wolf. That's right. Never mind.
No, I just told him to hustle
I
his ass.
forgot you got off because he's so big.
Okay.
Alright, do I gotta roll?
You do.
One for each of us?
Yes.
Alright, so it's dex save. Or no, acrobatics or athletics. Definitely athletics because I'm strong.
Okay.
Oh.
So this is your strong point. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not seeing it pop up. What the hell just happened?
I don't know. I hit roll, but nothing happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say you rolled a 19.
I heard the dice.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even. I don't see anything.
I don't. I was trying to see if it would actually go through on the character sheet over there on the far left, and nothing happened. Damn.
Well, I mean, I guess as long as you can see it.
That's just it, though. Is like nothing popped up. I was like, well, that's a fucking bummer.
Wait, how'd you know you got 19 then?
No, I watched you roll the 19. I was talking.
Oh, you did?
I typed in the public roll like chat.
Oh.
Die gas pumper. I thought it was gonna pop up on your thing that showed up on the right.
Mine
I
didn't
mean, the
show.
left side
I
of the
didn't see
screen.
the roll or anything.
Oh yeah, I did. It literally. I saw the roll, but it didn't pop up in the chat.
So
what
I
I'm
rolled a
saying.
natural 19.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a +8.
Jesus.
Okay. So that said, 27. You just start running forward, and nothing is able to even contest you in all of this. You just start darting through this, and they're dragging along you, trying to pull you back, and nothing is happening. You're plodding along. You have the full weight of your armor and you pushing through this. As for Greywind, he does something similar. His size is just more than enough to get him through this without, really holding him back. He's pushed all the way forward and he's completely fine. He's actually gotten further than you have.
Say, is he the farthest? Because he went 120 feet.
Yeah, he kind of just rushes past everybody.
How far away does he look from the entrance?
You can't even see him anymore. You just
Oh.
see light coming through into the tunnel, and it's just sparse intermixing with those vines and tangles that are there.
Huh. All right.
Gendry's got to be shitting himself right now. All he
Am I
sees
with-
is his staff.
Am I with everybody, or like who am I with like right now?
So the closest person to you is Elbros.
How far away am I from Elbros?
Right now, you're right behind Elbros.
All
Oh,
you have
okay.
to do is
I-
beat Elbros.
Damn. I'm just gonna hold out for right now, so I will end my turn with that.
You just don't
Okay.
have to be the slowest person.
I mean, he's got a point there.
Timber, you're up.
Timber's gonna try and keep catch up to fucking everyone. Because Gendry caught up to me, and then now Stormwind's like 5 feet ahead of me or something.
Yeah,
Stormwind's
the giant wolf seems to be making some serious headway through all of this.
Can I draft Gendry?
Yeah.
Go!
You just hop on his back. Go! Be free.
He's a Mario
Exactly.
Kart rules.
No, yeah. If I do have an oil flask, I could throw it behind me. No.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, throw it directly at Bullrun. That's perfect.
That's exactly what we want. All right,
Don't kill
yeah.
the tank.
Timber's gonna keep running. I'll use my action to I'll use action bonus action dash.
Okay. I need an opposing roll for athletics or acrobatics.
How far ahead am I from this thing?
So you saw as Bullrun has taken off running. Behind Bullrun and Gendry, this thing is whatever it is, this wall of flesh that's just writhing, is almost directly on top of Bullrun at this point. He's staying just ahead of it. So is Elbros.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, I'll use inspiration.
Yeah, so you're about 20 feet away.
How's a 14 look?
So what if I told you that's a fail?
I already rolled. That's my second roll.
Yep, that's still a fail. So what happens is your movement is halved.
Okay, well, that's fine. I'm dashing, so 80. So that gets me, what, 40 feet?
Yes. You begin moving forward, and all of a sudden you feel as something tingles around your arm. And as you try to move forward and rip it from your grasp, it drags you back. And in fact, it starts to pull you up. And you realize you're being carried to the ceiling. You quickly go about trying to unravel it from your wrist. In doing so, you fall down to the ground. and you can feel this slimy residue all over your forearm where it was holding you. You get up and you run almost blindly into these dangling vines. Okay, you make it another 40 feet. Okay.
Sorry, that ends my turn, guys.
We're all gonna die.
I'm not.
Wow, no hope.
I'm running. So that's 60 feet. And then I guess I got the roll. Heck yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a success. Your gauntlets are saving you so much trouble. You are continuing to just do almost robot arms through the tangle of these vines that are here. And in doing so, you're just grabbing hold of the vines as they try to grab you and literally ripping parts of them off as you're making your way through. Just sheer brute force moving your way.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you move another 60. Are you taking the dash action?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. This is the end of round 2. Okay. So as a reminder, I did not put Greywind on here, but do note that he is the same distance as Timber and Elpros right now.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on. Gendry.
Peace.
Gendry and Bolrin, you can see this wall of writhing flesh. You can't see anything definitive, nor do you care to as you turn around and see it briefly. It is right on top of the both of you. It's about 10 feet away behind you. Gendry, what are you doing?
It's a good thing I could run 90 feet. So I'm going to continue running 90 feet.
Okay, give me an opposing athletics or acrobatics check. Ah, damn. Talk about killing it. Okay, you in this insane motion forward begin to dart in and out and around these tangles of vines that are trying to grab at you, these roots. And Borin, in a flash, Gendry's gone. He just, in this rapid, almost illusory movement, it just takes off and he's gone. God, you're at 150 feet. That's fucking wild. Borin, you're up. This thing is right behind you. You're the only one there.
He's washing his hands right now, but yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay, so first off, let's do Greywind because he's further ahead. He'll attempt to do 120 feet or wherever, if that's too much, whatever the mouth of the cave is, like the exit.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll for him.
So I'm just gonna run strength ability because I don't have the stats for him.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not seeing my rolls, so you gotta tell me what I get.
It's a 7.
He has a +4.
So it's an 11. Okay, so he fails his check, but he only moves half movement. He's totally fine.
So he moves 60 feet instead of 120.
Yep. So he's at 180. He's literally ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, it makes sense. Far behind am I? Okay. I'm going to attempt to run 30, dash another 30, so 60 feet.
Okay.
And I'll do a athletics.
Oof.
What'd I roll?
A 4.
Yeah, I'll use a. I'm gonna try to re-roll it then.
Okay. That is a 13.
Plus 8.
Okay.
And then I'm going to also do. Why can't I find it? Oh, here we go.
Ooh, that's good.
So I'm going to Misty Step and catch up a little bit.
Okay. Bullrun, as you're running forward, you are just holding your arms in, trying to use your full force of weight and momentum behind you to rush through all of this. Elpros, as you look back just for the briefest of moments, when you were initially walking through the tunnel, you could see these dangling, disgusting flesh-like appendages, just limp, not really moving or anything. And as you look back at Bullrun, you can see as the entire corridor has these tangle of vines that are moving towards him everywhere you look. Like some disgusting amoeba everywhere you look, these tentacles effectively trying to reach out to grab him as he runs along. And those that are dangling down in front, he's just through sheer force of power moving and plowing through them. Bullrun, you see as this giant clump is coming up, and it literally impacts you so hard, you don't know if you're going to be able to get through it. And in a word, you vanish, and you move 30 feet beyond that. And you end up almost directly next to Elperos as this happens, and continue running past Elperos. So you are an additional 30 feet beyond Elperos.
All right, that's it for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. I apologize. Yeah, no. You're an additional 30 feet beyond Elperos right now. Okay. Timber, you're up.
Timber's gonna run. Fucking finally.
Ah, damn. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay, that's
dashing.
the full 80.
Sweet.
Okay.
Cool. Yep, that's it. That's all I'm gonna do.
Timber, this is what happens. As you're rushing forward, you're running towards the light, you're diving in and out, you're rolling along the floor, you're doing everything in your power to make your way to the end of this tunnel, and the light's getting closer and closer and closer, and you're ripping through vines, and you can see as they're all coming in at you, and you can feel as they're grabbing at your wrists, your legs. You just are trying to bolster your way through this. You don't know how anyone else is doing, but you know you can make it to the end. And then all hope is gone in an instant. You look at a light at the top of this tunnel sitting above a closed off gate. The light was in fact not the end of the tunnel, just something illuminating a set of double doors below. What are you doing?
Okay. So I get to the light, And now that I'm kind of standing in the light, then, right?
You can see the light is illuminating this set of double doors below it.
Okay. Could I use bonus action to? Can I try and open the doors?
You can see the doors themselves are these large metal doors riveted all the way around, and you can see two hangers effectively used for pulling them open and shut on each of these handles. Looking at that, you realize there might be more to it than what you're looking at here. There might be a bar on the behind it. There might be several mechanisms keeping this closed, but you rush forward anyways, and you attempt to open it. Go ahead and give me an athletics check. You tug on the door. It does not move at all.
And there's nothing else around it, just the doors. There's nothing to the left or the right.
Go ahead and give me an active perception check. There are so many vines and tangles that are reaching out towards you. They're effectively blocking your view of the walls themselves. You have just enough time to start to move towards one of the walls. Which one would you like to move towards, the left or the right side of the tunnel?
Left side.
Okay, you start to move towards the left side of the tunnel. Elperos, you are in this mad dash to a point where you see as Bolrin just pops into existence right next to you and then continues running. What are you doing?
I'm running.
Okay.
So I'll take a. I mean, Bolrin is fine right now because he's past. He's not being grappled or anything, or like by these. Is that still happening, or did he misty stepped away from them?
Oh, he misty stepped away. So Bolrin's
okay.
Bolrin's actually ahead of you.
Oh, great. Yeah, I'm running.
I like that. Oh, great. Oh. All right. Is that a 20? That's a nat 20.
Yay!
Wow, you've been fucking killing it with these goddamn athletics checks.
That scared the shit out of me because I don't see the dice or get any of the notifications.
That's
I just saw
weird.
the celebration.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on there.
I'm gonna reload my thing.
Okay.
Well,
So
that's
Elpros, you don't really want to change what's been working already, so you just continue running along, grabbing any vines reaching towards you, and just kind of just ripping them apart as you run through the tunnel. And it
There
is
we are.
proving to be incredibly worthy of continuing that. You are at 180 feet. You've caught up with the wolf. All right.
Okay, I'm back. And I got
Okay.
I can spell the rolls now.
Gotcha. Perfect. Okay. Gendry, you are up.
How far is
At this
Timber ahead?
point,
Okay, I see.
at this point, Gendry, you can see directly behind you. You've made a heavy amount of movement forward. While your light you have on your staff, you can't even see this thing anymore. You've sped ahead that much. But you see as Bolrin has rushed next to you, and you can see as Elpros is rushing past, there's just a blur of activity all the way around you. What are you doing?
Still going forward.
Okay. You use the expeditious retreat
Mm-hmm.
in addition to your normal movement. That gets you the 200 feet forward.
Mm-hmm.
So you were at the same spot Timber's at? You still have you still have your action.
And what's in front of me?
Directly in front of you. Timber, you're watching as he's doing this, struggled movement to the left side of the tunnel. And in front of him is a closed set of double doors with a light above it. And it's shiningly bright. I mean, it's just radiantly bright. It's almost blinding. Directly on the doors are two hangers. Basically metal circles hanging off that would be used to open or close the doors in some way. As for the walls, you can't see the walls because there's so many tendrils hanging off of them.
Mm-hmm. And Timber, did you grab one of them? The hangers?
Yes.
He did. Yeah.
I'll grab the other one.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yep.
Oh god. This is not gonna be good.
Never know till you try.
Here comes the nat 20. Nope. That is a 3.
I will use mine as well.
Okay.
Just to see.
And remember, you do not lose it if you don't succeed.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Oh,
nat
no.
20. Get the
18.
fuck out of here. I have to write down another goddamn natural 20. Athletics check. Gendry. That's 2 achievements in one session. That's pretty good. Okay.
I am a god.
Gendry, you begin to tug on this with every fiber of your being. You feel as, servo mechanisms and your entire body goes into this jarring action as you force yourself to pull back as much as you possibly can. And in doing so, you realize this door is not opening. And you can hear, as you're pulling on the door, there's something behind it holding it in place. It could be a mechanism. It could be a bar. It could be a lock. You don't know. But that's what you know now, is that brute force is not going to open this.
All right. That's not good.
Okay. Borin, your dark vision, you can barely see through the tendrils, but you know whatever's there is still moving behind you. What are you doing?
My wolf already made it to the 200, right?
No, it's 20 feet shy.
Oh, he's gonna move.
Okay. I won't even have you roll. You see as this wolf comes lumbering in next to you, Gendry and Timber, and it's just crowding the space. The majority of tendrils are hanging over the wolf.
Here comes a storm. And then I'm going to attempt to dash and move. So I'll do athletics.
Wow, that's 19. That's pretty, that's pretty goddamn good.
All right.
Okay, you just press your way through this bullrun again, full blitz forward, using your armor, your weight, your momentum, everything you can to just keep rushing past and don't allow them to grip, because just through sheer force alone, you're pushing forward. You make it to everyone else. So everyone is at 200 right now, except for Elperos.
No help.
Okay.
So when I get there, what do I see?
You
I
see Gendry and Timber, along with Greywind, who are sitting there. Greywind's doing nothing. He's almost cowering with the tendrils that are like lurching all over him, trying to
An
grab
army
hold of
ant is
him.
placed on the
And you
wound,
can see
so its
his
jaw.
paw gets lifted up at one point. They're grabbing onto his tail. They're just terrorizing this poor wolf. As for Gendry and Timber, you can see the two of them are drastically trying to find a way to open the door in front of them. As for the light, you realize at this point that's not the end of the tunnel. And you have that dawning moment just like the other two had. What are you doing? Because you've had to use your action and your movement to get there, correct?
Yep. Because I was
Okay, that's
150, so
unfortunate.
I had to make it there.
All right.
I mean, unless I can use a bonus action for anything, I'm kind of screwed because I mean, can I like just look around and see if there's anything that would help us? I don't know.
Give me a perception check.
Maybe just be a really good roll. I got really bad perception.
Just a quick glance around. Negative 20. No.
Honestly, I wouldn't be that fucking surprised at this point. I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna see shit. What's going on? What?
We're getting everybody lined up for the death throw. No, I'm joking. Okay. All right. Did it make everybody panic a little bit? No. All right. So, Bolrin, as you're looking around, you realize you can't see anything. The flesh is just dangling over the walls and pointed towards all of you. It's like trying to look down a gullet. You're seeing nothing. Okay. Moving on. Timber. What are you doing?
All right. Looking up at the light, how far up is the light from where we're at?
The light's actually right above the door. It's about 10 feet up.
Can I climb to the light?
You realize with your gangly ass arms, you could probably just reach up there.
Okay, yeah. Can I reach up there? And
Yes. And so the only reason I said that is because you have a disgusting amount of reach that no one else has.
yeah, that extra a few feet really help.
Yeah. So as you're looking up at this light, you can see there's some sort of magical emanation about it. It's clearly not natural with the radiance coming off of it. So this is what I need from you. This is a perception check with disadvantage.
Ooh. I'll take that.
And you still fucking got it. Timber, as you are feeling this light, you realize something. There's something more to this. Something drastically more to this. As you feel whatever this is, you feel it's almost like a box. And as you're feeling around on it, this is where I need an investigation check. That's a success.
Yes!
You realize two things. Number one, you feel your stomach begin to sink. Number two, you realize there's an insert here like a keyhole.
Oh fuck.
What are you doing?
It feels like it would be a keyhole.
Yes.
Is the box? Can I pull the box down, or is it like embedded in the ceiling?
You can feel that it's embedded in the ceiling.
Okay. All right. So it feels like a keyhole. Well, is it like a hole? Can I just stick my finger in it?
Are you going to?
Yeah.
Okay, as you go to do so, you realize it's you feel around on it, and you in this panic, you try to stick your finger in it. Your hand is too big, and you realize it is in fact it's got to be like a keyhole. There's got to be a key or something to open this.
Okay, I'll use my voice. Let's see. There's a keyhole. Find a key. That's 7 words, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right. I will say you're probably not gonna like this, but I'll say your investigation into that would probably be the full 6 seconds. That would
That's
be your
fair.
action investigating this.
No
Okay.
problem.
Elperos, you have reached everyone else at this point. You've just run up to everybody and seeing everyone there, you realize there's this mad dash as Timber is calling this out to look for a key. What are you doing? The door in front of you is closed. You see the bright light up above. Timber has his hand on it, and the light is basically intermittently flashing wherever he has his hand on it because he's blocking the light itself.
You're muted.
Can I roll investigation to help look for the key?
Sure, where would you like to look?
Where's Timber at right now?
Timber's directly dead center of the tunnel. He's feeling around at the top of the door.
Okay, I'll look on the ground, like to the left, or I'll start with like the left side, and try to like comb through each part of like on the floor somewhere, if there's anything I can see.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Sucks.
Okay. Elperos, as you get down and you start trying to search along the ground looking for any kind of objects at all, anything that you're going to be able to find, you surprisingly you see what looks like a stick, but it's propped up against the wall, and you can see tendrils going around it as you're feeling around.
Okay.
That's it. That's all you find.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Okay. Gendry.
How far
What
do
are
we
you
think
doing?
this creature is?
So at this point, you can all see it. It's right behind you.
Fantastic.
Yay.
It's not far away at all. You can literally see it coming into the view of your light, Gendry.
Would you say that I would have components, at least for a use of a spell?
It depends on what the spell is and what the use is.
It is like before I came here, I would have been prepared type thing. Magic circle. It's
Ooh,
salt
what's
and
the spell
powdered silver,
components?
but it's worth 100 gold pieces of silver.
That I would say no to, just because it's such a high component cost.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have something worth 100 gold pieces of silver? I mean, do you have the coinage?
I don't even know if I have coins.
Okay.
If I ever put any. Hold on. I don't even know.
I would allow a substitute here, as long as it was like silver.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
see. What do I have in my bag? Not a whole lot. Was that magical mirror? Silver. That busted.
Actually, I think it was. I'm dead serious when I say that too.
It's worth 100 gold.
Let me look at it real quick.
Strange mirror.
It literally is worth 100 gold. Get the fuck out of here. What are the odds of... Yeah, I'll allow it.
All right. So you see as I, from my pouch, you see as I start sprinkling a white substance, which is silver, or which is salt around us currently. And I pull out the mirror and I get on a knee and slam it into the ground. And then just a massive circle just like in lights around us. Hold on, let me... where'd it go? There it is.
Jesus.
I going to assume undead.
Okay.
I don't know what other thing this would really
Okay.
be, and we're in a city of undead.
This is what... As Gendry does this, all of you hear as this massive pulse echoes out. And you see as magic overtakes the area in this shimmering amount of light. And it scintillates over the entirety of the area that you're in. And you can see as this glow of arcane energies starts to infiltrate the area. And you watch as the wall is upon you. And it slams into the barrier. And you can see as tendrils reach out, almost pressed up against what looks like glass as they're trying to overtake the barrier. Okay. You can see, you realize this is not going to hold forever.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
So that was my action. Since I did that, can I use my bonus action to search around to see if I can stumble across a key that might be sitting around here?
I will say yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check. Because unfortunately, nobody can really see shit with all of these tendrils everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, no, that's not true. So, Gendry, when you do this with the magic circle, you see as all these tendrils are forced up
that's right.
just as much as around you.
Oh,
You can see
nice.
as tendrils are pressed to the walls. And you see as Elperos is looking at something, it looks like a stick on the ground. And as all of these tendrils are pushed away, the stick is not a stick, it's a pole. The pole has what appears to be a piece of metal on the end of it.
Well, I will grab that as that pushes around. I rolled a 15. I'm sure that's enough to notice this. And I will grab it. Okay, I'm going to say it. I'm going to shove it in the hole.
You grab hold of this pole, and immediately, Elpros, it's very jarring as Gendry rips this away from you. And you see as he rams it upwards, timber I need a dexterity. This is going to be a sleight of hand check from Gendry. As strange as that sounds.
All right.
What do you need from Timber?
Timber, you're currently
Nice.
grabbing hold onto this light where this hole is on this lock. Timber, you see as you move your hand and Gendry rams it directly upwards, and you see as this inserts itself, and in an instant, Gendry, you realize, you're going to have to activate it in some way, either turning the handle or whatever. You can see a grip on the pole. You turn the grip, and in an instant, you hear as the doors start to open.
Mm-hmm. I will get ready
All right.
to book it because I don't know if I can. I can't really do anything else. I don't know how long it takes for the door to open.
Okay. All right. You see as this gate begins to slowly open as this is happening. All of you are watching at this point as these fleshy tendrils are attempting to get through this barrier to no avail. I'm making a roll here. This is going to determine a lot of things here in a second.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Okay, Gendry, you see as this thing is continuing to slam against the barrier of your magics,
Mm-hmm.
and you can feel the magics starting to weaken. This is you bolster it some more as soon as you feel it start to fail, concentrating on the magic, keeping them up. But this is going to last forever. The gate has opened enough for people to start slipping through to the other side. Gendry, are you? Is there any caveats to if you leave this circle, it goes away?
It just says that glowing runes appear wherever the cylinder inserts the floor surface. Choose one more of the following types. Their circle affects the creature. The creature can't willingly enter the cylinder by non-magical means.
No, that's it. You can
disadvantage.
literally
Yeah, we
just
can just
leave and
go
you're good.
and leave it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just sits there, so it's kind of blocking our way then, for the time being.
Okay. You see as the door opens enough that one person at a time could start slipping through. Gendry, is that what you want to do? You want to be the first one out?
Yeah.
Okay. Gendry, as you look out the door, it's daylight on the other side. And as you look out, you can see what looks to be more of the same buildings you had seen in the Arboretum. Rain is coming down in sheets at this point. And as you look beyond, you realize something. You can see a singular tree hovering over the buildings that you can see in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
That tree is a short distance off. It's on the other side of this small wall that's there. And even from here, you can hear what sounds like chanting of some kind. It's almost a mumble, a cacophony of sound from where you're at. But there's nothing more terrifying than what's directly behind you right now. Are you continuing out?
Yeah.
Okay, you are out of the combat here.
All right. Oh, nice. It lasts for an hour or two, so.
Bullrin, what are you doing here? Are you rushing out? Uh-oh, he's muted. He's not there!
No, Bullrun's thinking because he doesn't know if he should leave first or wait for the other two to get out.
I gotcha.
Yeah, Bullrun will leave Gray. I want to say Gray Wolf. I don't know why. I don't know why I keep saying the ring. Gray Wind is gonna come with.
Okay. The opening's actually not large enough for Grey Wind at this point.
Oh,
It hasn't
no.
opened that. I like that. Oh no.
Even
No,
if
but
he's
you see as he starts to squeeze and try and get through, and it's getting bigger and bigger as time goes on. And you see as he just slips out with you.
okay. I'll stick close in case. Like, can I like prepare myself in case it starts to close to like try and with my grandpa strength hold it open long enough for them to get out?
I will allow that.
Okay.
Okay. Timber. You're literally last thing you were doing was clutching the light. You pulled your hand off the light. Gendry rammed this into the lock hole or the keyhole, turned it, and then he booked it. What are you doing?
So the doors are slowly swinging it open when we turned and opened the lock or the
Yes.
door. Okay. Is the key still in there? Or is the key out of it?
He never really removed the pole. It's still stuck in the door.
Okay. Can I hold my action to let Elpros go, and then I pull the key out of the doorway?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Cool.
Okay. As soon, Elpros, you see as Timber is waiting and he's motioning you, at this point. Are you going to say anything to Elpros to make this clear that you're waiting on Elpros?
Yeah. You go first. I'll get right after you.
Elpros will nod and proceed through the door.
Okay. Timber.
All
right.
I'm gonna. I will go ahead and remove the key, and hopefully the doors start closing, and I jump through it or get through it.
Okay. All right. You grab hold of it, and you literally dart through to the other side. You watch as the door immediately starts to close the second you go about removing the key.
Oh, Percy.
You take. Oh, that's a cat throw up.
No, he
definitely
turned
was.
off Lucy's computer.
Oh, that's funny as shit.
That
So,
was a bold move, Cat.
Timber, as you grab hold of this pole with the key and you dart through to the other side, the door closes moments after you get through to the other side. You find yourselves in the remnants of the Arboretum, rain coming down in sheets, and this place is no better than where you just were. Effectively, where you were moments ago is substantially better than the alternative. That said, you find yourselves encircled by groups of buildings. They're all short enough, height-wise, to be able to see a much, much larger tree on the other side of these buildings somewhere. And as I described to Gendry, now that you're all out, and there's some heavy breathing from the chase that just took place and the sheer panic of what was going on, and your adrenaline starts to wear off. Looking around and listening, you can hear a mumble of something coming from off in the distance. There's voices, many voices, coming from somewhere nearby. You can hear the occasional chant of, and then voices raise and lower in some sort of rhythm or a hymn taking place. You're not entirely sure. What are you all doing?
Timber's gonna make sure that everyone got out of there in one piece and just kind of double check everybody's equipment and stuff.
Okay, as you look around at everybody, Timber, everyone is a lot slimier. You can see that whatever this was in the tunnel, there's like this disgusting, almost like a mucus along people where these tendrils were draping, and you can see this disgusting slime is coating pretty much everyone. And unfortunately, Graywin has gotten the worst of it. His fur is completely matted down, like his entire back is just coated in this slime.
Yeah, well, Timber's drop my water. Well, Timber will take some time just do that if anyone else has anything else they want to do.
Okay.
Oh, I should say, gosh, I should probably tell you guys what. Start wiping down my fur, and help anyone else that wants to get this stuff off.
Okay.
How far away are the voices?
You think it might be just on the other side of these buildings, specifically towards the tree.
How tall is the wall?
The wall that's in place might be about 20 feet tall.
Okay.
2 stories on the buildings that are surrounding it.
And there's no like rhythmic pattern or anything. You said it's kind of like sporadic.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, there seems to be a rhythm to it, almost like a hymn or a prayer, kind of.
Would I recognize like what this might be based on my studies of religion or?
Go ahead and give me a knowledge religion check.
Be right back.
Okay. Unfortunately, you can't really discern anything directly from what you're hearing. You don't think it has any kind of real connection to a religion. It sounds like singing, but you couldn't definitively say it's a hymn or anything that you know of. You seem to be too far away to really hear anything.
Do we still have Pass Without a Trace? Oh, never mind. I casted the flame, so I don't have concentration on it.
Oh no.
What would you guys like to do?
Honestly, I don't know.
Take a group huddle. Everybody, nobody's allowed to listen.
Like, so what's the, like, how open is the area? Is it like, or is it very?
You're in a completely open area. This is a open courtyard, effectively, with a circle of buildings around you, and there's probably a good 60 feet of open space between you and the wall in front of you.
So we wouldn't have to walk towards the weird stuff going on?
No, you could technically veer off in several different directions. You could go towards the buildings to your left, your right, all the way around the circular area here. You could do a lot of things. You just hear that the chanting is coming from over the wall directly in front of you.
Boy, yeah, it's not scary. And how tall was the wall? Sorry.
It's about 20 feet. It's not very tall at all.
Should we maybe peek over and see what's going on? Oh, Lucy can't hear.
Yes. I am interested to see what's going on.
I mean, if we're real quiet, maybe they won't hear us. Seems like they're being pretty loud over there. Dang kids and their music.
Get off my yard.
You damn kids and your rock music. Damn it.
It's fucking satanic rituals. God damn. Next, they're gonna be playing D&D.
I was gonna say they're probably playing D&D.
Unreal.
Yeah, I mean, if we're cool, if everyone's cool moving around, then Timber will do his Timber stuff and start navigating us towards the chanting.
All right. It is incredibly awkward, in fact, as you find all of yourselves quickly moving across this very large open space, moving towards the edge of the circular, or the circular row of buildings that are here. And as you get towards the wall itself, all of you can hear this chanting, and you're picking up bits and pieces. You hear the words hunger, you hear mouth, you hear sinew, but beyond that, it's difficult to make out. You're just getting bits and pieces because there's this rise in tone and volume, and then it goes soft.
Do we have visual of them yet?
You do not.
Timber.
You're at a wall. You could go into the buildings that are nearby, and you might be able to figure out what's on the other side, or you could possibly climb over the wall. There's different options.
Can I stand on Elpros's shoulders since they're 7 feet tall, and I kind of hoist my head just eye level above the wall so I can see it?
Sure.
I mean, you could probably do that with Greywind.
Greywind
you
also didn't seem to
definitely-
like me last time, so I'm not just going to climb on someone's wolf.
Boren, give him a boost.
He's a sweet guy when you get to know him.
As soon as you say that, Boren, you kind of like turn your back to look at Elpros, and Greywind looks at Timber and just shows his teeth.
This is frickin' what is that? Tangled with fucking Flynn Rider and Magnus.
And then I turn around and he's like, "Oh hey."
Yeah, he just stops doing it.
Like, Timber, I don't get why you don't like him so much. He's so sweet.
So
when Stormwind starts snarling at me, I flip him off.
Oh, that's uncalled for.
Oh, you
you
didn't
see
see that.
Boren just like coddles Greywind head. Like, it's okay, buddy.
Elpros.
Yeah.
You're friendlier than this wolf. Can I get on your shoulders?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Elpros, as you move over, and the two of you go through some pretty awkward movements to get him to be able to stand on your shoulders, but your gauntlets they're really, really coming through for you. You feel so much better, capable of lifting more. Your back's a little bit straighter. I mean, it's doing wonders for your posture and everything else. It's just absolutely fantastic. And Timber, you climb on top of Elpros's shoulders, and you start to pull your head over the edge of this wall. And you have to go a little bit higher than you'd expected just because of the thickness of the wall itself. It looks like it's 3 or 4 feet, and there's clearly not any kind of walkways up here or anything else that's similar. This is just meant to be a barrier to cut off this section of the city. And you realize where the chanting coming from. This is what you hear. The large crowd of what appears to be acolytes of the bitter flesh are entranced with this tree at the center of them. And you hear them chanting this: O root that hungers, O branch that bleeds, we water thee with wretched deeds. O bloom of sinew, sweet and red, we pluck thy gift from mouths long dead. Sap of marrow, bark of bone, in twisted shade we kneel alone. Flesh to fruit and fruit to feast, we birth the bloom, we feed the beast. And as soon as you hear them chanting this, you look at the tree, and a waft of this smell hits you at the same time. This rotten stench, almost sickly sweet, like a rotten fruit, wafts its way towards you. And you realize what you're looking at. You see the fruit of flesh hanging
Fucking do it!
singularly
Let's go.
from the single tree in front of you.
We're rich
There
boys.
doesn't appear to be anything else. And Timber, as you're looking at this, you see as one of the acolytes has made their way towards the tree and is already in the process of trying to climb it to reach the fruit of flesh. And you can see that he's getting closer. And he's getting close enough that the rest of them are increasing the crescendo of what's here. Oh, root that hunger. Oh, branch that bleeds. And you see as he's climbing along one of these limbs, and as he's reaching towards the fruit, you see as a root from below is reaching up to grab him.
Oh,
And you see as he goes to grab the fruit, and it reaches around his ankle, and you can see a moment of joy turn to pure terror as it rips him down, and you see as this bloody lump of flesh is slammed into the stone and dragged into the roots.
Rip.
You
All right.
hear as the chanting continues, and you see as another of the acolytes moves forward to climb the tree. What are you doing?
Go climb
Do
or
these
Timber, go
acolytes?
climb.
I feel like I want to go climbing. Do any of these acolytes of the bitter flesh resemble or have any postulars? Gosh, any growths on them like the other acolyte had?
As you look around at them, no. You don't see any of that on them. They all look to be perfectly fine.
Hmm. I'll look down at Bolorin. Bolorin, we found more of your friends.
who's that?
Timber looks down at his toe.
You found more toes?
No. The ones that you gave your toe to.
Oh, the acolytes.
Yep. They're trying to get the fruit of the bitter flesh, looks like. Timber's gonna start kind of making his way off Elpro's shoulders. There's how many did I see? Like a good group?
Oh, you realize there's probably 50 or 60 of them here?
All right. Roughly like 60 of them in there. They are chanting they're chanting to this tree, and just every time they climb it, it keeps sucking them under and taking them with their roots.
So, I mean, if we wait long enough, they'll just all disappear.
Well, I don't think so. I think they're eventually one's gonna get that bitter fruit, and then something's gonna happen. But right now, they're distracted. We could probably make our way around them pretty easily if they get that fruit. Then we're
probably gonna have to be a little bit more stealthier.
That's very true. Do we want to get the fruit?
Crickets.
Yeah, I mean that's open for anybody.
Nobody wants the fruit. All right, just a
I
thought.
mean, the fruit
I
is
think
very
it's the
powerful
key
here.
Yeah, I think it's the key to figuring out what's kind of going on here.
It all ties into this damn fruit.
At
I will
least,
say it's a massive negotiation tool.
yeah, at least for these undead.
But why? I wonder what makes this spot so special and why it's blooming here and what
I'll
even-
relay the chant they were saying to them, to the best of my knowledge.
What's wrong?
Okay. You remember bits and pieces, but not everything perfectly. It was happening very fast. They were going through it time and time again. You realize if you really wanted to memorize it, you could literally go up there, listen to it, and write it down if you wanted to.
Sure. As I'll take, as long as Elpros is cool with it, I'll take, maybe 5 minutes listening to the chant over and over again, and maybe 10 minutes even, and just watch to see how many of these things actually get up to the fruit.
Okay. You don't know how many have been there before, Timber.
It's right behind you.
But you realize by the time you get up there, that same acolyte that you had been watching previously that started to climb is now, getting closer to the top of the tree. It doesn't look like it's an easy climb at all. And, are you just going to persist in watching?
That's the only fruit on the tree, right? There's nothing else on it.
That is correct. I should have shown that prior.
There's only
Pictures!
There's only one singular fruit?
There is only one singular fruit.
Oh shit.
Oh, so it's kind of being used like a bait.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking too, is that it's like just baiting, but why would it bait it if it can just, I don't know.
Weird. Too many questions, not enough answers. I mean, honestly, I'm okay with doing the safe route and going around it. It's just very strange that this is going on. It seems. Why does it seem like there's so much plant life alive around in the city?
Looking at or listening to that last verse, it sounds very as if every sacrifice of themselves helps bear this fruit into existence.
So it would be beneficial to let them take themselves out.
Well, the issue there is that they are feeding the beast. I don't know about you, but when I typically feel a little bit better after I eat something stronger. Well, let's see if this one gets it, and if he does, maybe, I don't know, maybe he doesn't eat it right away, we can get it from him later.
What you see as you're saying this, and all of you at this point are just openly observing, you found a way to elevate yourselves or look over the wall and see this as it's happening. Timber, you getting up and down off Alpros's shoulders, you can see that the same figure, the chanting, increasing sap of marrow, bark of bone, and you can hear them elevating this chant as he's getting closer and closer. And you watch as he reaches out with one hand, the other gripping the branch, and grabs hold of it. And you can hear this raucous cheering from all of the acolytes, men and women rushing to beneath the tree. And as you see this, all of them are so focused on the acolyte that has the fruit in his hands. You see as he takes a bite while still holding onto the branch. And as he takes that bite, you can only describe it as an ecstasy as he literally goes limp and falls to the bottom of the tree. The other acolytes rush around him. And even as you watch this, with the extreme focus that they have, they don't notice what happens. Another of the acolytes that straggles behind in the back of the crowd is grabbed by one of the roots and pulled into the tree, and no one even notices. They've completely surrounded this guy, and you see as they are just swarming him, trying to get at the fruit. And that's where we'll leave off.
Yeah,
Dang.
that's fate.